Trump is officially building his list of enemies in America. The Justice Department released a memo that changes how the government treats dissent in America. I mean, this is not a leak, by the way. This is an official document signed by the Attorney General, and it orders the FBI to treat certain political beliefs as signs of possible domestic terrorism. This is a major shift, and it raises serious questions about free speech and, what it means to disagree with the president. The memo is called Implementing National Security Presidential Memorandum 7. It tells federal agents to root out all culpable participants in domestic terrorism and to use every tool they have to map networks across the country. So at first, this sounds like a standard, national security work, but then the memo expands, okay? It expands the definition of who might be involved. This is where things get a little scary, okay? The memo lists beliefs. It says may motivate extremist opposition to immigration enforcement, extreme views in favor of mass migration, radical gender ideology, anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity. These are ideas, okay? That's what these are. These are ideas. They are opinions, and millions of peaceful Americans hold them, but in this memo, these beliefs are now placed next to violence and attacks on officials. And this is where it matters. I mean, for anyone who speaks out against Trump, the memo does not say these views are illegal, but it does tell the FBI to treat these ideas as warning signs and to send groups connected to them to the Joint Terrorism Task Force. The memo says the JTTFS must use all available investigative tools to map the full network of culpable actors. All right, that means digital tracking, financial reviews, undercover work, and informants. These are powers usually used for large crime groups or actual terrorist cases. Then the memo takes an even bigger step. Compile a list of groups or entities right here. The memo orders the FBI to compile a list of groups or entities engaged in acts that may constitute domestic terrorism. And remember, we already covered what those things are. And that list has to be updated every 30 days. This is the first time in modern U.S. history that the government has said it will maintain a constant official list of domestic groups tied to terrorism based in part on ideology. The memo also orders a look back at 5 years of cases involving protests, doxing, interference with ICE, targeting Supreme Court justices. I agree with that one. And attacks on nonprofits. I agree with that one too. I mean, it tells prosecutors to use the toughest charges available, including terrorism enhancements. And it directs the FBI to create a cash reward system for informants. This is why so many experts continuously say, and I say this all the time too, this looks like an authoritarianism state, and especially when a government starts linking political beliefs to national security and then builds a system to investigate people around those beliefs. The line between dissent and danger starts to basically disappear when that government is led by a president who regularly attacks his critics. The risk only grows. The memo does include a line saying that the government will not investigate people solely for First Amendment activity, but that promise does not match the rest of the document because this memo frames ideas, not just actions, as warning signs for federal investigations, which can be flipped and used however they want. And that is why many believe this is a turning point, not about what could come later, but about what may be happening right now. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.